Today we are doing the oil change on my 17 Land Rover Discovery. This is the full-size one, not the little Sport. It's a 3-liter diesel, so I bought 3 jugs of this Rotella T diesel 5W30. You only need 6 quarts. These are 5-quart jugs, so you needed 2, but it was cheaper for me to buy 3 through Amazon. It was like $100. And then I bought a Wix filter, WL7490, from Rock Auto for the truck. I like Wix filters. I have nothing against them. And there she be. So I'm going to use my extractor to change the oil. I bought the truck with 33 or 34,000 miles on it. It has 39 and some change on it now. I know they're probably 10, 15,000 mile oil change intervals, but I know these engines could have issues if you don't change the oil often enough. So for, you know, again, if you break down the math, it's probably like 45 bucks, 50 bucks for me to do it myself and just change it earlier than usual. I'm totally cool with that. I'm going to use my extractor, like I said. Man, this girl is hot still. I drove us a few hours ago, but what does she not have it? Or is this a dipstick? Aha! Alright, sorry. So on the 306 supercharged one, the fill tube, or whatever you want to call it, extraction tube, I should say, is in the oil fill cap hole. So on the D-cell, it is not. It is right there underneath that black cover. So I just removed that. So I'm going to extract the oil from there, and then we will refill it with the extractor. So I will show you that whole procedure. If nobody knows what a full-size Discovery looks like, that is what a full-size Discovery looks like. But again, 306 diesel, same motor, trans, everything that comes in the big body, which is the L4s. Is this a 462? I don't know. L494, yada 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 yada. So this goes for all diesel Jaguar Land Rover oil changes. Again, 6 quarts. I'm going to use the extractor. Alright, so here's my mighty extractor. There's my tank I also bought from Amazon, which is just a, you know, overflow job for all my waste oil. So I have my tube hooked up. I'm going to run it right to this port here. Insert. And then I don't remember which way the ball goes, but I think it's that way. And we will start pumping. Yeah, and there comes the oil. How nice is that? You don't even get dirty. It's a beautiful thing, this tool. So you're basically just going to pump until this thing gets to its 6 quart mark, which is what would be roughly empty in the truck. And then I will push this valve up. I'll put it into that tank, dump it all out, go run it to AutoZone, drain it on my next run out. And then I will put fresh oil back in here if you want to go that route. But that's kind of a waste, stupid time waste. So I'm just going to open the cap, pour oil in it like normal with a funnel. And that will do it. I'll show you the reset procedure in a minute here. See, again, 6 liters, 8 liters. It looks like there's 7 and some change in there once this sludge, you know, settles. So it's interesting. Once you hear it bubbling in here, you know she's just about full, or she's getting all the air out of the line. You can see there's really nothing left in here. That's it. So now you undo this like so. Oh, spilled a little, that's what she said. You throw this in there, nice and black. I'll use the old yellow rag here, clean up my spills. Give that a swipe. Put this back on. Okay, so yeah, it slides over this little pin there and then locks in, which is nice. I literally just cleaned the engine bay and it looks like hell again. Alright, anyways, clean out some of this crap. Alright, so that's back on. I put my extractor tube back in the overflow tank here. Like I said, you're going to change the valve on this to up, and then you should start pumping. and out goes the fluid. This had sub 1 quart in it, or 1 gallon I should say, so we'll see what it goes to, and I'll just have to do some conversions. But I mean, 7.5 liters or 7 liters is just about 7 quarts, or a little over 7 quarts. So I'll just put 6 in it, and then I will see what the gauge says, if it has the internal gauge like the Range Rover Sport does, or it does the oil level for you. You know what else we have to do? We have to do the filter before I get too ahead of myself here. So let's pop this engine cover off like so. Where's she be? Please don't tell me this is under the truck or something stupid. Alright, so all the oil is drained back into my overflow. Went from roughly 1 gallon to 2.5. So I'll do some conversions later, but I'll just get the exact amount. Again, to remove this, you have to twist it. See the little twist on the top? Now it's locked in. Now it's not. So, alright, next step is to change the filter. So you want to remove the engine cover. It has 4 grommets underneath. You want to pull from this side, pull from this side. It's got 2 in the back there, and then that's it. She's free and loose. And here is where your oil filter is. So that looks like a large socket on there. Since I'm good at not putting my tools away, I should have, there's a 32 mil, and that's exactly what it is. So it's a 32 millimeter socket. I'm gonna crack that loose right now. Let me just go get a socket wrench and we'll get back to it. Alright, so I have my socket wrench on here. This is just obvious, but you want to pull it towards you, so lefty-loosey. Alright, and that's it. She is loose. I'm just going to grab a rag in case. It is hot. Again, I recommend doing this when it's cold. I know people like to do it when it's warm, so the oil comes out, but she is hot. So let's have a gander. And out she comes. We spilled a little, as you can see, so it's good to have a rag. There's what the oil filter housing looks like. Sorry for the video interruption. It's hard to do it one-handed. Here is the new Wix filter. Cartridge style. Comes with a new O-ring, which will go around the base of the housing. I will inspect this because my truck only has 39,000 miles on it, so I know it's good practice to just replace everything, but sometimes these don't fit as good as OEM, or I just don't care, or whatever the case may be. But that is up to you. So this is hot. I'm going to put some gloves on. I'm going to yank this filter out. To remove this, all you're going to do is just stick your finger in there and just pull up. It's just kind of just held on there by a little plastic piece that's inside there. So I'm going to do that real fast off camera. Alright, so I'll show you just so you guys can see. So I just pulled up. Again, you got to use a little pressure. Throw the old filter back in the box. Return it. Just kidding. Flip this or recycle it, whatever you would like to do to save the earth. It all goes to the same place, people. New filter. Doesn't matter the orientation of this. Just push it. It'll kind of like click in there. You can see it's flush, basically. And that's the way you want it to be. Now, I will walk this back up in there. Again, this is hot. Thread this in by hand always at first, just so you know you're on there good, you're not on crooked. When you start it, you know, a ton of oil is going to come up and and fly out of there. So now you want to turn the wrench to the opposite direction and tighten it. So you're going to pull it towards the passenger side. Start to feel it tighten up. And that's it. Just give it the old German values of good and tight. That feels good to me. I'm happy with that. Save the O-ring for another day. This part is done. Again, I really love this extractor. It comes in handy if you plan on owning any German, foreign, even American cars. I think I did it on the Mustang or something the other day. But whatever, the thing works. Phenom. I love it. You don't get dirty. This is as dirty as my hand got. No gloves, which is pretty good. Normally I'd be laying under this thing, pulling the belly pans down. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, now we loosen the oil cap. I'm going to pour, yeah. I'm going to pour one full 5-quart jug in here. I am not going to freehand it because I'm not that good. Sometimes you got the hands of a priest, you know. Again, people, if you put things back, I've been looking for that drill. If you put things back, you will find what you're looking for the next time. But I know me, I left it outside in the rain. Should be right here. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Give it a quick spritzer. Make sure she's on jet, which it is. Hey. Oh, alright, I'm gonna clean this out. Alright, filter's cleaned out. Filter is in fill hole. Now we pour. I know Land Rover and Jaguar recommend the use of Castrol, and it has JLR or ST JLR on the actual jug itself or on the label. I have nothing against it. The stuff's like $150 for the quantity needed, which isn't bad, but for $100 plus the filter was $8, so for $110 roughly, I have enough oil to do 2 oil changes. I just have to buy a $8 filter again next time. And Shell Rotella T's been in diesels forever, so I have nothing against using it at all. This oil also work in gas engines too, but you know, whatever the application is fine. Alright, there's every last drop. This is, if anybody wants to see what this is. Again, I got this at Amazon. It was a 3-pack of the 5-quart jugs. It was like $100 to my door. And then the Wix filter I got from Rock Auto, that was $8. Alright, so let me see what I want to do here. Guys, I just want to make a correction because I'm an idiot. This is really 3.785 liters. So it's not a 5-quart jug. It's almost a 4-quart jug. So every oil change kit you see online for these trucks gives you 7 quarts. Because I'm sure it's like 6.5, I bet, after the filter takes some capacity and it all cycles through the motor, etc. So I poured one in. So I'm going to pour this one in almost to its entirety. I will probably leave the 0.5 mark on it. So essentially I'm going to give this thing 1, 2, 3 quarts, which will bring me to, again, 6.785 roughly, almost 7. So that should be perfect. So that's what I'm going to do with this. And then, like I said, I'll check it on the truck. I'll start the truck, check it. I'll show you that whole procedure as well in a minute here. Alright, so came back out to the truck. I let it sit for a while. I really don't know why it took so long for this thing to read or set, whatever the case may be. But anyways, so you're gonna push OK for the menu, go down to vehicle information, push OK, go down to oil level. All right, it must have to, it literally just showed it was perfect. So, but I just ran the truck because I had to make a phone call and I was dying in here. So it must have to sit for a certain amount of time after running before you're able to check it. But my level does show full. So as far as I'm concerned, this is done. And that's it. If you have any questions or issues or whatever, let me know. Thanks. All right, I finally got it. So I don't know what changed, but I came out, you know, it's been about an hour. So just get in the truck, don't put your foot on the brake, just push your key accessory on, do not start it, and then go to